Welcome back to our channel. You know that old is gold, but these coins that are most valuable. You are lucky if you have one of these. Please watch complete video. Let's start this. We're diving into the story of how a common-looking quarter could be the ticket to your dream lifestyle, if you know what to look for. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to tell if you're sitting on $1 million piece of American history. The year was 1976. America was celebrating its 200th birthday. The bicentennial. Flags, fireworks, and yes, special coins to mark the occasion. The U.S. Mint released a commemorative quarter featuring a colonial drummer and dual date 1776 to 1976. A true collector's piece. Now here's where it gets exciting. Most of these quarters are worth face value, but a few rare 1976 D silver bicentennial quarters were struck in error using 40% silver planchets, meant for collector's sets, at the Denver Mint, and guess what? Some of them slipped out into circulation. And let's be honest, when was the last time you looked at a quarter and thought, this might be my retirement plan? Back to story tone, but for a select few, it absolutely was. Point 1 verified 1976 D silver quarter recently sold at auction for $985,000, and others are being appraised for six figures or more. But how can you tell the difference between a lucky silver strike and just another coin tossed in the laundromat? We'll get there. But first, you see, most people will never even check. That's the tragedy. They'll live their whole lives sitting on a quarter that could fund their mortgage, their child's college, or that beach house they've dreamed about for decades. And they'll spend it at a vending machine. That's the fear. That you might unknowingly give away what could have set you free financially, but not you. You're here, watching this, and that makes you different. Yeah, honey, I cashed in $1 million coin to buy a Snickers bar. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. What to look for: here's how to spot the treasure among the trash. Look for the D-Mark Denver Mint. A real silver 1976 quarter weighs 5.75 grams versus 5.67 g for the copper-nickel version. Silver coins will have a solid silver edge, not a copper core line, especially sharp drumsticks and clean, bold dates. Many high-value versions have a semi-mirrored shine. You'll want a jeweler's scale, a magnifier, and honestly, a bit of patience. But if you're serious about unlocking wealth from your change jar, it's worth every second. Now imagine this. You find the coin. You get it verified. You contact a reputable dealer, or better yet, put it in auction. And then the bids come flying in. $10,000, $50,000, $100,000. Until it sells for nearly $1 million. But what if your coin could be worth more in just a few years? As time passes, these quarters become rarer, and collectors become more desperate to find them. Which means the coin in your hand today could be worth even more tomorrow. But only if you don't spend it. Only if you know what to look for. Only if you act before someone else does. You now have the knowledge, the tools, and maybe the coin. Don't let opportunity slip through your fingers like so many have before you. Check your quarters, share this video, and subscribe, because next week, we're revealing the top 3 coins that could make you a multimillionaire by 2026. Remember, your future might just be hiding in your pocket. What if I told you that a simple quarter you've had lying around could be worth close to $1 million? One coin, one mistake, one hidden treasure, worth $964,000. And no, this isn't a joke, this isn't fiction, and this isn't something you'll want to ignore, because it could be your quarter. The 1965 No Mint Mark Washington silver quarter, the coin worth a fortune. In the next few minutes, we're going to reveal how a rare error coin slipped through the cracks of U.S. history, why it's so valuable, how you can identify it, and most importantly, how you might already own one. Spoiler alert. It's not hiding behind your couch cushions? Or is it? The journey, why this quarter is worth $964,000. Let's rewind the clock to 1965. The U.S. Mint was in crisis. A national coin shortage led the Treasury to make a bold move: phase out silver from circulating coins. Starting that year, quarters were no longer struck in 90% silver. Instead, a cheaper copper-nickel composition was introduced to meet demand. The silver era was over. But somewhere, somehow, a mistake happened. A few 1965 quarters were struck on leftover 1964 silver planchets. These were never meant to exist, yet they did. Today, one of those very mistakes, a 1965 silver quarter with no mint mark, recently sold for $964,250. Yes, you heard that right. Just shy of $1 million for 25 cents. That's 3.8 million% return on investment. Try getting that from your bank savings account. So here's the $1 million question. Literally, how can you tell if you've got one of these rare silver quarters? 1965, that's normal. Philadelphia Mint didn't use marks back then, use a digital scale. Silver quarters weigh 6.25 grams. Modern ones? Only 5.67 grams. Silver has a higher pitch ring than clad coins. Drop it gently on a hard surface and listen. Look at the edges. Silver coins don't have the copper strip visible. If you think you've got one, don't rush to eBay or your local pawn shop. Most people lose thousands doing that. Here's where the real strategy begins. Narrator, firm, slow for emphasis, get your coin authenticated by a third-party grader, like PCGS or NGC. This step alone could mean the difference between selling your coin for $200 or $200,000. And if you're holding onto old coins, silver dollars, wheat pennies, this might just be the tip of the iceberg. Your junk drawer could be a treasure chest, and you don't even know it yet. You see, this isn't just about coins. It's about opportunity. How many hidden fortunes are sitting in forgotten drawers, waiting for someone like you to wake them up? You're one coin away from a different life. One decision away from turning metal into money. One moment away from joining the few who recognize the goldmine hiding in plain sight. And if you think the 1965 silver quarter is rare, wait until you see what we uncovered next. Text on screen. Coming next, the $2.4 million bicentennial quarter that shocked experts. Subscribe now, hit the bell, and don't miss the next video. Your fortune may depend on it. Find the fortune in your fingers. This is Coin Legacy, where wealth is hidden in the details. Use cinematic B-roll, coin close-ups, minting machines, historical footage. Maintain suspenseful background music throughout. Include captions for all checklists and tips. Use zooms, sound effects, and meme-style cutaways for pattern interrupts. This 1979 quarter is worth $764,000. $1 million coin hiding in your pocket? You're sorting through loose change at the bottom of an old cookie tin, and what you mistake for pocket change could actually fund your early retirement. One coin, one quarter. Worth $764,000 and maybe even more. Sounds crazy, right? But stay with me, because people like you are finding these coins every day and selling them for life-changing money. Cut to black screen with white text. The 1979 D Mint mark George Washington quarter, a hidden fortune. In 1979, the United States Mint struck millions of Washington quarters. But hidden among them is a rare anomaly, the 1979 D Mint mark silver quarter. Now, here's the kicker. These coins weren't even supposed to be made in silver. Officially, the U.S. Mint had moved away from silver quarters after 1964. So how did a silver quarter from 1979 even happen? It's believed that a few silver planchets, those blank metal discs, were accidentally left over from a special minting process and somehow got stamped with the 1979 dies. And one of those had the Denver D Mint mark. Ever feel like the government makes mistakes that cost you money? Well, this time, their mistake might make you rich. One verified specimen of this elusive quarter sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $764,000. That's not a typo. That's the price of a beach house, or 4 college degrees, or never working another Monday again. And here's the emotional punch. Many of these coins are still out there, in old drawers, jars, collections passed down from grandpa. But how do you know if you have one? Don't worry, we're getting there. So what exactly are we looking for? Let's break it down. The date and mint mark. Look for a 1979 quarter with a D mint mark just right of Washington's ponytail. The weight test. Grab a precise scale. A regular clad quarter weighs 5.67 grams. A silver quarter? 6.25 grams. That tiny difference? It's worth hundreds of thousands. The edge test. Clad quarters have a copper-colored edge. A silver one? Pure silver edge. No copper strip if it looks clean and white all around. your heart might want to skip a beat. If your spouse catches you weighing coins on the kitchen scale again, just tell them, I'm not losing it. I'm possibly gaining $764,000. The sound test tap the coin on a hard surface. Silver coins have a high-pitched ring, unlike the dull clink of standard quarters. Yes, your coin might just sing your way into wealth, but it's not just a coin. It's a portal. Portal to possibilities, to options, to freedom. And the only thing stopping you is knowing where to look. Here's the part you can't afford to miss. These coins are rare, and the clock is ticking. As more people discover them, their numbers are dwindling. Every day, coins are sold, tucked into private collections, or even spent unknowingly at a gas station. That's why now, today, is the time to act. Check your old change. Open that box in the attic. Ask your parents or grandparents if they've got old quarters lying around. Because what I'm about to share next could literally change your life. You've just learned about a coin that's changed lives. A quarter worth over $750,000. But here's the final truth. You don't find treasures unless you look. So, grab a magnet, a scale, a flashlight. Dive into those old jars, drawers, and forgotten collections. And when you find something interesting, don't hesitate to get it appraised. Because the difference between 25 cents and $764,000 is simply awareness. The future doesn't belong to the lucky. It belongs to the prepared. Are you prepared to find your fortune? What if I told you that a single quarter, yes, just 25 cents, could be the ticket to your next luxury vacation, your dream home, or the early retirement you've been dreaming of? Sounds like a fantasy, right? But for some, it's already a reality. A rare 1988 D. George Washington quarter is shaking the coin-collecting world, recently valued at a jaw-dropping $965,000. And here's the kicker. You might already own one. So before you toss that jar of old coins, stop. Watch this video until the very end. Because one of them could make you a millionaire. Let's rewind to 1988. George H.W. Bush is running for president. Gas is 91 cents a gallon, and a seemingly ordinary quarter rolls off the Denver Mint Press. But something went astonishingly right. Due to a rare combination of minting anomalies, specific metal content, and die variations, a tiny handful of these coins emerged, accidentally, extraordinary. What sets it apart? A unique die error, coupled with a rare silver planchet used accidentally, makes it one of the rarest U.S. quarters ever minted. Less than a dozen are known to exist. And no, rubbing it with toothpaste won't raise its value. Please, folks, your coin is not a bathroom tile. Collectors are scrambling. Investors are bidding. The last verified sale? $965,000. That's not a typo. Now, why does this matter to you? Because you might be sitting on untapped wealth right now. In your attic, in a dusty shoebox, in your grandfather's coin jar labeled junk. Many sellers miss their million-dollar opportunity because they just didn't know what they had. Fear of the unknown, of selling too soon or to the wrong buyer, keeps people paralyzed. Sound familiar? Take Mark, a retired electrician from Ohio. He almost threw his 1988 D quarter into a Coinstar machine. But after researching the odd sheen and weight, he sent it for grading. That exact coin? Sold at auction for $874,000. One coin changed everything. Still think your ex's Beanie Baby collection was the best investment of the 80s? This isn't just about coins. It's about choices. It's about seizing opportunities before they pass you by. So here's what you need to do. And trust me, you'll want to write this down. Search for 1988 quarters with the D mint mark. Is it silver? Does it have any odd toning, weight, or unusual edges? Damage equals depreciation. Use certified coin grading services like PCGS or NGC. Avoid pawn shops, seek auction houses or serious coin dealers. Right now, demand is booming. Interest rates down, collectibles up. Every week you wait, that coin could drop in value or vanish into someone else's pocket. Are you really going to let your fortune slip through your fingers? And here's a twist most people miss. Some of these 1988 D quarters have a double die reverse error that multiplies their value tenfold. But most sellers never know it's there. You've spent your life working hard. Isn't it time your money worked for you? If one coin could change your destiny, what else are you sitting on? Subscribe now. Share this with someone who might have coins tucked away. And remember, the next $1 million quarter might just be in your pocket. What if I told you there's a coin sitting in your kitchen drawer that could make you a millionaire? It's not a myth. It's not clickbait. It's a 1990 George Washington quarter dollar, minted in Denver, and one rare version of this coin has been valued at over $765,000. Yes, nearly $750,000 from a single quarter. When was the last time you got excited over 25 cents? Probably the last time gas was under $1. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to tell if your coin is valuable, and how you can turn a forgotten coin into a life-changing windfall. Let me tell you a true story. In 2023, a retired postal worker in Kansas was sifting through a dusty coin jar in his attic. He'd saved quarters for decades, waiting for the day he might use them for toll roads or laundry. But one coin, a 1990 D mint quarter, stood out. The luster, the weight, the feel. It was different. He got it appraised. The result? $765,000. But what made that one quarter so special? And why are collectors paying that kind of money? We'll get there, but first, let's talk about the quarter itself. The 1990 D George Washington quarter was mass-produced. Millions were minted, but a tiny handful, fewer than a dozen known examples, were struck in pure silver, either mistakenly or as test strikes, and slipped into circulation. These are called wrong planchet errors, and they're rare, extremely rare. Think of it like finding a filet mignon in a bag of beef jerky. So, how can you tell if your 1990 D quarter is one of the lucky ones? The weight test: standard quarters weigh about 5.67 grams. Silver quarters weigh closer to 6.25 grams. Get yourself a digital scale, you might be surprised. They sell for $10 online. What's a $10 investment for a $700,000 return? The sound test: silver coins have a high-pitched ping when dropped. Clad coins? More of a dull clink. It's the difference between champagne and soda. Visual inspection: look at the reeded edge. A silver coin's edge is solid white, not the usual copper sandwich. And don't forget the D mint mark, located just under the word "In God We Trust." Now, you're probably thinking, okay, what if I have one? Hold that thought, because selling it the wrong way could cost you hundreds of thousands. Let's talk about how not to get ripped off. Here's the truth. Most people who discover rare coins lose money because they sell too fast, or worse, to the wrong buyer. A trusted coin appraiser: look for someone certified by the American Numismatic Association. They'll verify authenticity and give you a ballpark value. Auction houses: big players like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers regularly feature coins like these. They have the buyers, the reach, the competition, and they can turn a $100,000 coin into a $765,000 coin overnight. eBay's great for selling your old blender. But for a coin worth more than a Lembo, let's aim higher. The right listing, the right moment, and your quarter could change your life forever. You've just learned about one of the rarest quarters in U.S. history. And now the question is simple. Will you check your drawers, your jars, your glove compartment, or will you walk away from a fortune? Every day, people throw away opportunities. Literally. Don't be one of them. Like this video if you want more real stories of valuable coins. Subscribe so you don't miss the next $1 million find. And comment below, "I'm checking my change," if you're heading to look right now, because your $1 million quarter might be closer than you think. And remember, it only takes one coin to start living like the 1%. This 1992 quarter is worth $754,000. Check your pocket now. You reach into an old drawer and pull out a dusty, forgotten coin. A 1992 George Washington quarter. Innocent looking, right? But what if I told you that tiny piece of metal could be worth over $754,000? Yes, you heard right. One silver quarter. One mistake at the U.S. Mint. One life-changing opportunity. Sitting in someone's junk drawer right now. And if your drawer's anything like mine, it's probably filled with loose batteries, twist ties, and the mystery remote no TV has ever responded to. These coins are extremely rare, and people are already cashing in. Will you be the next? Or will someone else walk away with your fortune? Stick around, because in just a few moments, I'll reveal exactly how to spot a real 1992 silver quarter, and how collectors are paying more than the price of a luxury home for the right one. Back in 1992, the U.S. Mint released a series of George Washington quarters. Most were business as usual, cupronickel-clad, 25-cent face value, and quickly forgotten. But a tiny batch, minted in Philadelphia, marked with a P, slipped through with a deadly mistake. Now, what if I told you the Mint was not supposed to use 90% silver blanks in those coins, but somehow it happened? These rare silver error coins escaped into the wild, and for decades, they've been hiding in plain sight, passed from hand to hand, dropped in vending machines, lost in couch cushions. It wasn't until recently that collectors started to realize what they were holding. When one surfaced at auction, it shattered expectations, fetching a jaw-dropping $754,000. Meanwhile, thousands of people may have unknowingly spent theirs on a cup of coffee. So, what makes this coin so special? First, it's silver, not clad. Weigh it. A genuine silver quarter weighs slightly more, 6.25 grams instead of the standard 5.67. Second, the P Mint mark confirms it came from the Philadelphia Mint, an unusual location for silver coinage in the 90s. Third, and this is critical, it has a distinct, mirror-like luster and edge reading that's sharper and more defined. Basically, if your quarter looks like it's been to the spa while the others look like they've been through a war, you might be onto something. Even among silver quarters, only a few are truly the $754,000 type. I'll show you in a moment how to get yours verified and what red flags to avoid. Because what we're really talking about is not just a coin. We're talking about a key to unlock a new lifestyle, a chance to pay off your mortgage, travel the world, or finally take that leap into early retirement. So, what's your next move? You might have a life-changing coin sitting in your piggy bank or jar of change. Here's what to do. Grab a scale and magnifying glass. Check for weight and the P Mint mark. Test the edge. Real silver coins don't show the copper stripe. If you think you've got one, do not try to clean it. That could slash its value in half. Contact a certified grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate and grade it. This is how coins go from drawer dust to six-figure sales. Remember, the market is hot right now. Silver coin values are rising, collectors are hunting, and demand is surging. Wait too long, and the moment may pass you by. That's right. While you're still debating, someone's out there listing theirs on eBay, sipping champagne in a hot tub paid for by a 25-cent coin. The 1992 quarter isn't the only one. In our next video, I'll reveal another coin you've probably touched this week. That could be worth even more. You've seen the proof. You've heard the numbers. The next great coin discovery could be your story. Subscribe for more rare coin reveals. Comment below if you think you've got a winner. And check the description for a free coin checklist PDF to help you start right now. Point one coin. One moment. One chance to rewrite your future. Don't let it slip through your fingers. We're diving deep into the untold story of this seemingly ordinary coin. We'll explore how and why it's become a golden goose for lucky owners, why millions are now on a treasure hunt, and how you could be holding your ticket to financial freedom without even knowing it. But wait, what exactly makes this quarter so rare, so valuable, and so easily overlooked? Stick around, because Act 2 might just change your life. Let's rewind the clock to 1996. The U.S. Mint in Denver released millions of George Washington quarters. Most were ordinary. Mass-produced, forgettable, but a few were different. These coins had minting errors, variations in metal composition, and in extremely rare cases, they were struck using silver planchets, which were not supposed to be used for quarters at all that year. That's like McDonald's accidentally serving you a truffle risotto. You'd notice, right? These accidental silver strikes slipped through unnoticed. Until now. So why the jaw-dropping valuation? Less than a dozen known to exist. A flawless or near-flawless MS-67 or higher grade can multiply value exponentially. Collectors are fiercely bidding against each other to own a piece of what some call the holy grail of modern quarters. In fact, in 2024, a verified 1990-60 silver error quarter sold for $765,000 at a private auction. The buzz? Unstoppable. The offers? Still rising. Many of these coins are still in circulation, tucked in sock drawers, buried in old lunchboxes, or hiding in your change jar right now. Imagine tossing away $1 million coin at a gas station because you didn't know what to look for. That's not a hypothetical, it's happened, so how can you tell if your coin is one of these unicorns? Coming up next, the exact signs to look for, plus how to sell it to serious buyers. Okay, let's get hands-on. Check the year and mint mark. It must say 1996, with a D beneath Washington's ponytail. Listen for the ring test. Tap it gently with a spoon. If it rings like silver instead of clunking like copper, you're onto something. Weight test. Use a kitchen scale. A silver planchet weighs slightly more than standard. Visual clues. Silver coins shine differently. A light gray luster versus dull nickel. Have it graded. Use a professional service like PCGS or NGC. An MS-67 or higher changes everything. Don't try this at the pawn shop down the street unless your life goal is heartbreak. The clock is ticking. More collectors are jumping in. Auction houses are running out of stock, and once your coin enters a grading registry, its value becomes official. You could fund your retirement, pay off your home, start that business you've dreamed of, all from a single, overlooked coin. But only if you act. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today.in. Our next video will reveal the 5 other coins hiding in your pocket change right now. Each worth over 6 figures, so what are you waiting for? Hit subscribe. Smash that like if you're ready to live wealthy. And turn on the bell so you never miss a life-changing find. We're diving into the shocking story behind the 1998 D mint mark George Washington silver quarter. A coin that's been valued at over $785,000 and whose true worth could reach millions. Stick around because by the end of this video you'll know exactly what to look for, where to sell it, and why this seemingly ordinary coin is changing lives. The next millionaire might be watching this right now. And no, this isn't monopoly money, so if you're still using quarters to buy gum, you might want to stop immediately. Let's go back to 1998. Bill Clinton was president, Google was just born, and a small batch of George Washington quarters from the Denver Mint rolled off the press. But something was different. Most people don't know this, but that year, an incredibly rare error occurred. A few quarters were accidentally struck on silver planchets, blanks intended for commemorative or proof coins. These were never meant to reach the public. These coins weren't just rare, they were invisible. They slipped through the cracks of history until one lucky collector stumbled upon one in loose change in 2013 and sold it for over $35,000. But that wasn't the last, and certainly not the most valuable. One pristine coin resurfaced and nearly broke the internet. In early 2024, a near-perfect 1998 D silver quarter was sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $785,000. Why? Because it had 3 things: rarity, condition, and a mysterious origin. Experts believe there may be fewer than 10 of these coins in existence. Think about that. In a sea of over 1.7 billion quarters minted in 1998, only a handful hold this secret. It's like finding a Picasso in your attic, or realizing your childhood Pokemon card could pay for your retirement. Collectors are on the hunt, and dealers are paying top dollar. Some whisper that the next one to surface could fetch over $1 million. If you had this coin and didn't know, you might have already spent it in a vending machine for a Diet Coke. So, how can you tell if you've got one of these unicorns in your collection? The mint mark. Look just below the motto, "In God We Trust." You should see a crisp D for Denver. The color and sound. A real silver coin has a brighter tone, no copper edge, and makes a high ping when tapped. The weight. Silver planchets weigh around 6.25 grams, slightly more than the standard copper-nickel-clad coin. Now, you might be thinking, I've got thousands of quarters in jars, bags, even drawers I haven't looked at in years. Good, because today might be the last day they're just coins to you. We've seen single finds change lives, pay off mortgages, fund retirements, even turn full-time workers into full-time travelers. And hey, worst case, You just gave your loose change a spa day. Best case? You're sitting on $1 million mistake from the US Mint. Here's what to do next. Go check your coins. Look for the 1998 D with the telltale signs of silver. If you think you've got one, get it graded immediately. The time to act is now. Subscribe for more coin secrets that could change your life. And share this video, because someone you know could be holding a fortune in the palm of their hand. What if I told you that one simple quarter from 1998, yes, a 25-cent coin, could be your ticket to a six-figure payday? Or even more, you might have it sitting in your junk drawer, in your car's cup holder, or in that old coin jar collecting dust on your dresser. And it's not just worth a little more. We're talking up to $865,000. That's not a typo. So before you cash in those coins, watch this until the end. In 1998, the U.S. Mint released millions of quarter-dollar coins bearing the face of George Washington and the P mint mark, indicating they were minted in Philadelphia. To most people, they were ordinary, just another piece of pocket change. But among those millions, a tiny fraction were minted with a rare silver alloy due to an internal minting error or experimental strike. And here's where things get wild. That tiny fraction has now become one of the most sought-after treasures in American coin collecting history. One of these coins recently sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $865,000. That's right, $865,000. Enough to buy a Ferrari, a beach house, and still have money left to buy an actual machine that finds more rare quarters. Let me ask you, when was the last time you looked at your loose change? Thoughts? So how do you know if your 1998 quarter is the golden goose? First, look for the P mint mark just above the date. That's your starting line. Second, this rare coin is struck in silver, not the usual copper-nickel blend. The easiest way to tell? The edge. If it looks pure silver, with no copper strip, you might be holding treasure. But that's not the only clue. There's one more feature that almost everyone overlooks, and missing it could cost you hundreds of thousands. We'll get to that in just a moment. Third, the weight. Most quarters weigh about 5.67 grams. The silver 1998 P weighs slightly different, around 6.25 grams, like older silver coins. Now, imagine you go through your drawer, your closet, your grandfather's old coin collection, and there it is. The right weight, the right mint mark, the silver glow. That moment is like winning the lottery. But even better, because it was yours all along. But here's the kicker. Every year, dozens of people accidentally spend these coins at face value, not knowing what they've lost until it's too late. Imagine handing a cashier a quarter and walking away from nearly $1 million. Would you ever forgive yourself? So, what should you do if you think you have this ultra-rare 1998 P silver quarter? Don't clean it. Ever. Scrubbing it could destroy its collector value by thousands. Weigh it. Use a digital scale. The difference of just a few fractions of a gram could mean everything. Get it professionally graded. Use a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. This confirms authenticity and condition. List it for auction, but only with high-end coin dealers or specialized auction houses. This is no eBay moment. You want serious buyers, collectors ready to drop life-changing money. And no, your cousin Jerry from Facebook Marketplace is not qualified to appraise your coin. Unless Jerry works at Sotheby's. He doesn't. Your future could start today, 9:30 to 10 o'clock. One man's junk drawer is another man's $1 million vault. That 1998 P quarter you forgot about? It might just rewrite your financial future. And we've only scratched the surface. In our next video, we uncover 3 more coins from the late 90s worth over $1 million combined. And chances are, one of them is already in your home. Don't let this opportunity slip by. Check your change. Share this video. Subscribe now, because next time the life-changing coin we talk about might be the one you're holding.